This woman to call a federal office or call a judge's chambers talking about to a slave using a word that rhymes with the N-word. Donald Trump himself, their leader, using the term riggers.
This video is brought to you by Save the Storks, brought to you by SaveTheStorks.org. Ladies and gentlemen, my favorite pro-life organization. I was the keynote speaker this year at their major event. What an incredible organization. But I want to tell you about one thing, maybe two things. The first thing is the medical mobile unit that they travel with. It's like an RV with medical equipment in it. And they pull it right up in front of Planned Parenthood or places where young women are going to travel and have an opportunity to see that there's an opportunity to opt out of going to Planned Parenthood. They get into the Stork bus. They're able to take an ultrasound for free. And 3 out of 4 women that go in there decide to give life. And that's one of the major things that Save the Storks is doing. And that's why I'm a partner with Save the Storks. I want you to join me in giving every month. I give every month and I give once at the end of the year. $34 or $32 is enough to secure or protect one woman. So you can give as God has purposed in your heart, but be a member today. Link is in the description section. You can join. Just join up. Do $35 a month. My family do $100 a month because we really care and we put our money where our mouth is at. Save the Storks. Link is in the description section. Like, subscribe to the channel. Y'all know what to do. Let's get into this. I don't know how Al Sharpton look himself in the face, and I don't know how black people look themselves in the mirror that believe him. Even white people that believe him. Like, I was trying to be nice about the way I say this. You have to be the stupidest person in the world to think Al Sharpton is making any sense by saying that Donald Trump using the word rigor is associated to a racist term. This woman to call a federal office or call a judge's chambers talking about to a slave using a word that rhymes with the N-word. Donald Trump himself, their leader, using the term riggers, which clearly rhymes with the N-word. I mean, this is not 10 years ago or 30 years ago when we marched against him on the Central Park 5. I'm talking about within the last 24 hours, used the term riggers. Is this the kind of party the Republicans want to show the country that they are? There's no wonder independents are running away from them. To identify with blatant racism and blatant violence is not the party that we need. And I've never been a Republican, never leaned their way, but we need a two-party system. Like, I just don't understand, like, the logic there. If you got people rigging stuff, what do you call them? The English language would suggest that a person who rigs, and you have multiple people who rig, they may be riggers. Why would Trump, he could just say the N-word if he was just racist, right? If the man that freaking racist, he just said he'll just call them the N-word. If all these white racist hillbillies support Trump and he's just dog whistling to racists and he's the most racist president, won't he just say the N-word? Y'all claim that the system is racist. You claim that the people are racist. Then why would a racist give a flying flip about saying the N-word? See, they think y'all stupid. They think you stupid. They think that you are too stupid to imagine that maybe the man just ain't racist. If he was, then why would he be selecting black people to be in positions of power? A racist person want nothing to do with black people. That's like Hitler propping up Jews. He would never do that. Hitler hated Jewish people. He felt that they should be exterminated, clearly. So if you can't do two things at one time. You can't say that Hitler hated the Jews, right? And then he put a Jew in his cabinet. And he have a whole bunch of Jews that support him. And he elevate Jews to positions of power. And all the Jews loved him over his whole life. And all of a sudden he hates Jews now. It's like, no, Hitler hates Jews because he's murdered Jews. You have no evidence that Donald Trump has done anything negative against black people, legitimately negative. None. You have no evidence of it. Who is dumb enough to draw the conclusion that Trump is a racist. You may not like his policy. You may not like how brash he is. May not like him calling people names. You may think he's ignorant. You may think he's stupid. You may think he's not good for the country. You can say all of those things. But to make up racism, y'all overplaying your hand. Everything can't be racist. Therefore, nothing is racist. There are legitimate people that hate black people. There's legitimate black people that hate white people. They're not legitimate, but I'm saying there's a legitimate example of this. They hate white people. Those people are what we call, ladies and gentlemen, racists. A person that you don't like don't get defaulted to being a racist because you want to make an attack on them. I just can't fathom that there's people stupid enough to listen to Al Sharpton that's been pimping America forever. Even when he was fat, he was pimping America. Now he's skinny and weak, and he's still pimping y'all. Not us, not the people listening, because y'all smart. I would never listen to Al Sharpton. I don't care if Al Sharpton was a Republican. That dude's an idiot. Everything is about race. Everything is racially connected. No, it's not, brother. It's funny, man. The main people that make these racial claims benefit off of America, and they benefit off what they claim is racism. He on a show run by white people, talking about the country is systemically racist and black people don't have opportunity. Bro, they just signed you a contract. The white man signed your contract. Matter of fact, your agent probably white. And a lot of these dudes that be saying this, they spouse white. Nathan, you want to go down the list? What about Kamala Harris? Her husband is white. What about Don Lemon that said the biggest threat to America is white people? His husband, which his partner, I don't want to call it husband because that's not legitimate marriage, but his partner is white. Do y'all want to go down a list? I remember Van Jones talking all that noise. One of Van Jones' women is white. So my theory is this. Quit making up stuff if that's not what you really believe and you ain't living by it. You cannot at any point tell me that XYZ is racist if you're benefiting off of it and you won't call out your own benefit to it. Colin Kaepernick taking a knee, putting his fist in the air, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, and he goes sign a contract with Nike that's owned by a white man. There's a lot of black companies that Colin Kaepernick could have worked for. Colin Kaepernick could have started his own movement and all the black people get together and fight for black rights. But Colin Kaepernick don't give a F about black rights. Colin Kaepernick is leveraging his popularity relationship to make money from white people while claiming that white people are bad. The people that adopted him when he was a little baby to give him an incredible life, to help him become who he was white. But yet he backstabbed them and say that they were racist and because they didn't want him to have braids that was problematic. Well, newsflash, dummy, because you weren't raised by black people, little did you know, black people don't want their kids to have braids either. My daddy would never let me have braids in my hair. Now, of course, my mom was a little more lax and she let me get braids in my hair when I was a senior. But black people ain't all one-sided when it comes to having you looking like a thug with braids in your hair or dreadlocks. Now, does that mean you a thug because you have dreadlocks? Does that mean that you're a thug because you have braids? No, there are thugs that make that look bad. All these goons with gold teeth in their mouth and dreads, they messed the whole dread game up. Now people begin to look at you like these fools. Is it their problem or is it the black man problem for giving a bad reputation to people with dreads and braids? All right, that's all I have to say.